Nabers the Clown is an animatronic sold by DEADLIGHT Designs for the 2026 Halloween season. Let's get into the unboxing. What I have here to unbox is the new for 2025 sample DEADLIGHT. That sucks. Well, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Okay. No, not actually. No. It's a lot heavier than the first box. It's actually a pretty small box. I'm pretty happy with the size of the box. This is Nabber's the Clown by a company that I am one of the owners of, and that is DEADLIGHT Designs. Now, what DEADLIGHT Designs is it is a company. We are reworking props that have been prototyped but never been released, because we don't really want to release stuff that's already came out. Now, I will say I have opened his box already, just to make sure that all of his parts are in there, and from what I can see, everything looks pretty great. I immediately see a little girl's face here. Let me get a close-up on that here. So immediately inside the box, I see a little girl's face and clown shoes and clown clothes. So first of all, we have the shoes. Ooh, I will say that this is one of my first times seeing the sample, other than opening the box and seeing him in photos. I did, come up with a color scheme. I came up with, different things on him. It was all kind of decided as a group, but I was one of the people who came up with the ideas. So, like, the idea of having black shoes instead of, I think he had purple shoes originally, because the typical SVI shoes, they actually look pretty similar, but they're taller and more like rectangular almost than these stuff. We are going to get the clothes out of the box now. Oh my gosh, the clothes feel pretty great quality. I would almost say that they are equivalent to Pennywise from Spirit Halloween. I am a tad bit biased when it comes to this prop because I designed it and I voice acted it. I haven't mentioned that yet. I voice acted this prop. I think it's pretty neat. So the costume is one thing that we're going to change a little bit. We're not changing anything in terms of the pattern, but we're going to age the stripes a little bit more. I think that kind of would make it look less, maybe not less cheap, but a little bit less, it would make it a little bit more detailed. It looks a little bit too colorful. Here we have his adapter. That is a 5.9 volt, so I'll set that right there and we'll get to that in a minute. Comes with the try me button. Next up, I guess the thing to get is the head. Now, I will say the head, oh my gosh, the blow molded plastic is... Here, I'll show you what he looks like under the bag here. Give you guys the first look. Oh my gosh. Dude, this thing is so cool. I'm really happy with how the paint job turned out, because I designed the makeup and I was expecting them to mess it up in some crazy fashion, but they really didn't. It looks... See if I can get the hair to... Yeah, there we go. I mean, this head, the plastic is so thick, and I really hope that the release model... I don't know if you can tell, that's like... It's so thick. Yeah, look right there. Like, his head is so thick, and I'm looking in the head. You see the wires for the LEDs and the LEDs. The ruffles are pretty good quality. Here we have the little girl. So this part we wanted to modify a little bit, and we got, you can see her feet are bent. We wanted to modify this part a little bit in terms of the hands. They look very thick. Let me see if I can do that. They look very thick, they're very fat hands. And the girl's kind of skinny. So it looks kind of off, but it was something that we couldn't really change due to budget restrictions. But I can see, you can see the wire coming out of one of the girl's hands that I'm assuming we're gonna connect up the clown, aka Nabers. And his hands actually look really detailed. I don't even know how they got him to look that good. They genuinely are like, almost hugs the clown, but like in a fist. They're a little bit less textured, but I like the paint job on that. The paint job on the little girl is gonna change a little bit. I don't know if you can tell because of the green light, but her teeth are like vibrant yellow, and her eyes are just one big black dot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make, instead of a black dot, it's gonna be a big green dot with a smaller black dot in the middle, smaller black pupil. And I think we're planning on giving her lipstick, so, maybe not bright lipstick, but just making her lips a little bit more pink so they pop a little bit better. And then eyebrows too. It has eyebrows sculpted on, but they're not painted. So are urging to get the eyebrows painted on the released model. Okay, so right here, you can see the arms. I'm very happy with the length of cord that they give you. It's not unnecessarily short. The welds are actually pretty nice. We'll see how the welds look when we get to the mechanism, but they're actually holes for cotter pins. I don't know if they included cotter pins. We'll find out at the end. Here's the shoulder frame. Shoulder frame is typical kind of towering clown-esque shoulder frame. Here's the back piece. It's literally just an SVI back piece. This was actually included in the package, but I took it out. I don't know why. So this is kind of one of the posters. It's what it's gonna look like, and it's not really a poster, it's more like a page, but it's square poles. Square poles. We didn't want to go with round poles. He came with square poles, which is pretty great, but if he had round poles, we would make them square. Okay, so here we have the control box. Ooh, okay. So it looks like a techie control box, which is pretty nice in terms of the writing, but I don't, that doesn't mean that it's techie. You can tell that it used to have battery cover right here, but they just, went over that and didn't put the battery cover on it because he's not, you can't run him on batteries. We wanted to make sure he had a speaker jack and a demo jack because, most animatronics had that. In terms of the switch, he has on-off volume, on-off and demo. Demo obviously goes with the demo jack, and then for the 5.9 volt adapter, which we will take out of the box in a minute, there are threads on this little piece, so I'm hoping that he is outdoor rated. The powder coating, the paint on these is chipping off pretty easily. And honestly, I think it would be kind of cool. This is something I haven't talked to anybody about yet because I haven't actually really seen this prop, but I feel like we should just release this prop without black powder coating on the metal. Okay, so these are the base extension pieces, and those will go on the outside of the base to make sure that the item doesn't fall over. Pretty happy that it has these. I don't think I will be using them in this video due to the fact that I'm not outside, and I will not be putting him outside due to the fact that he's a sample. Hip loop, he has the back arch, so it protects the motor. I don't even know what this front arch is for. We'll find out in a minute. I've seen them on other props, but I've never really realized what they're for. These are some of the parts to Nabber's the Clown. We have his shoes, his adapter, the try me button, the base with the extension poles so that we can make sure that he's a little bit sturdier. 2 straight poles, they are square. I've mentioned that too many times. A back piece, 2 larger curved pieces, 2 smaller curved pieces, a hip hoop, shoulder frame, and the mechanism. Here's the more cosmetic section of the parts. We have the arms, the clown's hands with the little girl, Nabers' head, and Nabers' clothes. You can pull the elastic on the hands up onto the actual wrists of the sculpt, and then here there are little wires that are connected to the metal frame, and then you're going to want to connect that to a wire on the little girl. I'll get a close-up shot of that in just a second, aka right now. Okay, as you can see, we have a wire coming from the arm. It is zip tied to the frame, so that is pretty nice. It won't, make its way up the sleeve. I've had that problem with the Home Depot Plague Doctor a couple of times. It's also, I think, glued into the little girl's sleeve, which is neat. It is nice. It is very, very nice. It's very nice. It's a very, very, very nice wire. Okay, but what I'm going to do is probably turn the camera off because this is going to be way too hard on camera. But I'm assuming that we're going to be able to pull the elastic over the wrist of the clown's hand, and it will be able to cover this wire. And I hope that it covers it pretty well, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be kind of disappointed, and I'm going to want to somehow get the girl's wire going through the hand into there, but we're going to see if we can cover it up. So we'll find that out right now. Okay, so 2 seconds later, I just pulled the sleeve up onto the wrist, and no, you cannot see the wire. So, here's Nabers' head. His head is so cool. I am very happy with the thickness of it. I know I've mentioned this. It actually has a pretty good texture. It's not like just flat plastic. It is like textured almost. Like the sculpt has been detailed pretty well. It is pretty hard to pack detail into something that is going to end up being blow molded, due to the fact that, you know, the blow mold doesn't pick up as much detail as, let's just say, latex. But I think it turned out pretty well. But without further ado, let's get into a short demo of Nabers. I will say one of his phrases has been programmed incorrectly, where, you know, Nabers is not talking, the girl's screaming on the phrase, but Nabers is moving. Typically, when the girl screams in the phrase, the girl is kicking. When Nabers is talking, Nabers is turning. So that was switched around in one of the phrases. We're going to get that corrected. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Won't be on the released ones. Without further ado, let's get into the demo of Nabers the Clown from DEADLIGHT Designs. So here we have him. Nabers fully set up. I got him in position. He's on a riser from the theme last year, which I think looks pretty cool. But without further ado, let's get this guy going.
Hey, you're squirming too much. Although you won't be for long. Hey, how would you like to be a prize in the midwing?
So as you can see, that was the phrase where the programming was switched, and she was kicking when he was talking, and he was turning when she was kicking. But here's another phrase to give you an example of what he's supposed to look like.
Oh, ain't you cute? You have a special place in my non-existent heart. So do all the other children. You'll be meeting them all soon. I hope you like cages. Hey, you almost got away there. I might have to ask my brother if I can borrow a cage. But last I heard, they were all full. In that case, I'll just feed you to the monkeys.
So I don't know how to film this without making it sound like a cameo video, but I was requested by Mr. Halloween Dude, aka Peter, the other designer of Nabers the Clown, or at least one of the owners of the company. So I was asked by him to somehow include a bit of me a bit of me doing Nabers' voice while he was activated. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do here. So we're gonna give that a shot. Hopefully it doesn't sound horrible, and hopefully you all like it. So without further ado, let's get into that. Okay, so.
Hey, you're squirming too much.
I'll do it. Oh, that wiggly name. I forgot his phrases. Okay, let me see if I can get a good phrase of me talking with him. I don't know what phrase is going next, so we're gonna find out.
Oh, ain't you cute? You got a special place in my non-existent heart. So do all the other children. You'll be meeting them all soon. I hope you like cages.
Okay, I was gonna try doing this outro in Nabers' voice, but it just sounded horrible. Not happening. Not on video. If it were an audio message, it just looks too stupid. I already tried lining my voice up with his phrases, but I forgot all of his phrases because I have a horrible memory. But anyway, that's Nabers. I'm Kurt. This is Holiday Haunts. Subscribe to DEADLIGHT Designs. Subscribe to my channel. Bye. Leave, please. Bye. See you later. Bye. Oh, okay. You gonna click the YouTube button? Okay. Well, this is awkward. Bye. Bye, Nabbers. Okay, that's cool. Subscribe to Deadlight Designs. Bye. Bye.